Thank you.
Senator Platt.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the government leader in the Senate. Leader, in May, when the Minister of Agriculture was here, I asked her about compensation for dairy farmers. Our dairy farmers are hurting, not only due to COVID-19, but also due to the early implementation of the new NAFTA deal, which cost dairy farmers an estimated $100 million. The minister referred to a $1.75 billion in compensation the government had promised dairy farmers over 8 years for CETA and for the CPTPP, but compensation talks for CUSMA were still ongoing. To date, our dairy farmers have received only $345 million in compensation, which they got last year, and some fine words in the speech from the throne. Leader, when will your government announce how much compensation our farmers will receive for the early implementation of CUSMA? And will you announce a payment schedule for the remaining compensation your government promised our dairy farmers for these other agreements?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question, and you know, the government is very aware of the frustration and that the sector of our economy must be experiencing, and you know, is mindful of the contribution that the agricultural sector plays to our economy and the well-being of our society. I don't have the information to which that you've asked. I'll make inquiries and report back when I can.
Senator Platt.
Leader, the end of the year is approaching, and our dairy farmers need some certainty so they can invest in their farms in the months and years ahead. They are still waiting for the government to put some meat on the bones of those fine words in the throne speech. Leader, instead of simply saying farmers are important and a priority, will your government realize that they need to take action? Does your government commit that this compensation will be in the hands of the dairy farmers this year in 2020?
Well, thank you for the question. You know, the Canadian government, this government has taken numerous steps and invested large sums of money to assist the agricultural sector. And I won't list them all, but they include $3 billion federal, provincial, territorial agreement for strengthening the sector as part of the Canadian Agricultural Partnership, $1.25 billion strategic innovation fund, $70 million for agricultural science, and $2 billion for rural infrastructure. But I know that these programs don't necessarily translate into cash in the pocket for individual farmers who, as I said at the beginning, understandably anxious. The government is working hard through these circumstances to conclude the next phase, and as soon as the date for the disbursement of those funds becomes available, I will certainly make them public in this chamber.